Good morning, or really it's afternoon. It's a little afternoon on July 21st, 2024. And I am taking the e-bike into Eagle Nest. It's only about a half a mile, but it gives you a nice glimpse of kind of the back roads, residential back roads here in Eagle Nest. This is the first stretch is called, I think it's No Name Trail. And in a minute we'll come up into the middle of the village of Eagle Nest. I'm on my electric e-bike light version. And I bought, if you're familiar with that brand name, electric, not electric, but electric e-bikes, folding e-bikes, very popular with RVers because of the compact design of being able to fold them in half. I got one of the original ones many years ago, and I loved it. And the only reason I traded it in for the new model was they came out with a light model that was significantly lighter in weight. And I store mine in the back seat of my pickup truck, and I was beginning to get concerned with my hip problems and back problems that I have, and being able to lift that much up consistently without hurting myself. So this is much better for me. It certainly goes. It's not as much power, but I don't need much power. This on throttle will go about 19 or 20 miles an hour, and that's plenty fast for me. And trust me, you can still get hurt having an accident at 20 miles an hour. So I'm pretty careful. This is, you see a lot of heavy clouds in the sky, and that's because pretty much every day in the summer up here, you get pretty much consistently sunny mornings right up until noon, and you can see how things begin to churn right around noontime. And eventually we'll get rain. So, and this is around noontime. Usually we don't see much serious rain until mid-afternoon, so I'm feeling I'm pretty safe today doing this. Now, I don't have a particular plan for what I'm going to do. I'm suspecting I may stop someplace and get a bite to eat for lunch. That sounds like kind of a good idea. I don't know if you can hear Dottie, the occasional whine. I'm doing the voiceover on this, and we're in the trailer, and we just had a big thunderstorm, and it's gone, but she's still a little nervous. She doesn't like the sound of thunder very much, and she gets pretty nervous. So if you hear a little whimper in the background, that's Dottie, and don't worry, I've got my hand down, petting her and getting her to relax a little bit. So here we're in the middle of the village here, and there's hardly any, even on a busy day like the Sunday at noon, there's not much traffic, so I can pretty freely ride my e-bike down the street. And like I said, not much of a plan here. I'm just riding around, seeing what's open, seeing where people are. Just a little bit of curiosity engaging here. There are a number of restaurants and gift shops, lots of places I haven't taken you yet. Because I know what's going to happen here, because I'm doing a voiceover after the fact, I do go into a place for lunch, and I didn't record it. And it's a thing that's going on not just here in Eagle Nest, but Angel Fire, Red River, and probably a lot of other small communities in this part of the state. For all I know, all over the country, There is a shortage of workers available to service tourist populations. So things are often pretty tense in restaurants, and the workers are really working very hard, and therefore when it's busy, I don't like showing the inside of restaurants because the staff is just working so hard, and like I said, tensions are sometimes a little high. And I just noticed there was a stop sign there, and I didn't stop, so I apologize for that. I mean, I'm not a car, I'm a bike, but I'm responsible for obeying all the traffic rules, and I swear I did not see that stop sign as I was zooming down here on my e-bike. So I'll try to be a little bit more careful next time. I think we're passing this is the fire department here. 4th of July, I think they had the fire department for a fundraiser was doing a big barbecue where they were selling barbecue meals that looked pretty good. I saw a Frugal RV gal had a short video she did where she got a couple of those meals, and they looked pretty good. So here we are in the main street, back again, and I'm gonna sneak back into this restaurant. You're gonna say, hey, I saw a few videos ago, you did this exact same thing, but I'm gonna do it again because I found it so interesting. This is a restaurant that is basically just open for lunch. It's not open today, but it has these, in the back, there's this loop of fascinating looking guest cabins that are not active. There's no one staying in them, but I like driving through here because they look so interesting. And it looks like when this place was open and thriving, I bet it was a really cool place to stay. And they're rustic looking, really, they're close together, but not too close together. It just looks like a little community that's conducive to people socializing, and I bet people had a lot of fun staying here and get to know their neighbors and doing stuff. So I'm going to go again back the other way because I had my eye on this little restaurant that I saw a bunch of people out in front of, and there was some outdoor seating. So I thought I'm going to just kind of sneak in here and see if I can get a sandwich. And I think it's just right up here. Yeah, right here. So I'm going to park the bike here strategically because I forgot to bring my lock with me. And so I'm going to park it so I can kind of keep an eye on it. And I am spending I did have a spare small lock, and I'm spending some quality time here searching through, looking for that little lock, but I'm not having any luck whatsoever. Up, and I go in here and I ordered a club sandwich. And one of the things you want to watch for is, and I mentioned it in the last place I went to lunch, is most of these places will charge you a fee for using your credit card. So if you want to avoid that, bring cash. So I got my sandwich there, and I'm getting ready to see how much windier it got, and I'm ready to hey, there's a cell moving in here. And if I don't want to get caught downtown holing up in some place with a roof over my head, I better get myself going and get back to camp. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to be giving it full throttle to get back because I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing. I don't know how much you can see, but it's definitely, the atmosphere is, there's something coming significant. And again, again, I'll give you another spoiler alert because I'm doing this after the fact. The sky fell open minutes after I got back and got inside. But here we are on that back road. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but one of the first things I noticed was when I got down here and I could see the lake. I could really see the surface of that lake boiling. And now that I look at the screen here, it doesn't look too bad because you can see patches of blue, but trust me, there was definitely the impression of a big kind of intimidating storm system coming in. And I've got that throttle pegged. Yeah, I know I did another stop sign there, but time felt like it was of the essence there, and I could see pretty far in all directions. There was no one anywhere near me. And this dirt road is the stretch coming up to the no-name trail, and I can actually, as it straightens out here on this curve, I can see the RV park way off in the distance there. So I always had my head down, the throttle wide open, and I'm doing my max 20 miles per hour here to get back. And you can see the lake there on the right. I guess you probably can't see on the screen, but the surface of it was boiling. And with all this going on with the weather, it sure seemed to take a lot longer to get back home than it did to get to town, but I'm pretty sure look at the timeline here, the opposite was true, because I was in no hurry going out there, but I'm going as fast as I possibly can at this point. And if you've never had an e-bike, they're a real joy. Because you can decide when you got them. You can pedal if you want to get some exercise. If you don't particularly care about the exercise and you just want to get from point A to point B conveniently and sometimes quickly, you can just use the little throttle, and there's really no physical effort at all. But I highly suggest you wear a helmet. I've taken a couple spills, and especially if you're going to use it in environments like this that it's kind of a gravel road. If you're going to go to like the quartzite and you're going to be driving around the desert, there are hazards for sure. I checked there. There's no traffic coming, so instead of going to the side there, I jumped on the busy road just to get down to the entrance here as quick as I could. You can kind of see the trees swaying there. The wind is starting to get serious. But we have arrived. There's my truck on the right. There's my rig. Awning was part way out, and usually when it's a little out like that, it can tolerate one heck of a lot of wind, but it's still not a good idea to have it out at all and leave it. So there's the lock I left. I'm locking it up there. And I get it. That's not a thief-proof lock, but it's a deterrent. And a lot of times you lose things to thieves when you make it really easy. You make it more difficult. Your stuff is a little bit safer. What I'm doing now is trying to find the baggie to go over that. They found that on the electric bikes, that that display is not totally waterproof. And what am I doing now? I can feel the rain on me now. What am I doing? I'm going up here, and this is where my neighbors and I, we meet here, and you can see these are my chairs. They were all blown about. So that's how windy it is. You can see how dark the sky is back there behind my friend's trailer. So there's Dottie's bed, and I kind of pack everything up and put it against the wall there. And I've got my big chair. And notice that I thought I did a pretty good job of storing that big red chair there, but I came back later and my neighbor said, your chair got blown over, and I put it back up there. So it wasn't as good as I thought. So here we are at the end of today's video. And I'm just getting in time to avoid a big storm. Well, not a big storm, but a short, violent storm coming through. And then there'll be even a bigger one tonight that lasts about 20 minutes. But that's life in high elevation northern New Mexico in the summer. That's the way it is. And I like it. It's exciting. And I will see all of you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one.